Hello. In this video, we're going to take a look at how we can come up with the other Pythagorean identities. So when you look at the first one here, you see that we have an equation that sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1. And so like any equation, as long as we perform an operation on both sides, we're able to make a new equation. So in this case, I'm going to start out and just divide both sides by sine squared of x. And so I needed to divide everything by that. Sine squared over x becomes 1. Cosine squared over sine squared becomes cotangent. And 1 over sine squared becomes cosecant squared. And so you see, by dividing by sine squared, we get this new Pythagorean identity. Now, if you'd rather just memorize this, that's fine, but you will need to be able to use this. Now, you could probably see some similarities between what we did to get from here to here and what we are going to do to find these alternative forms. And so here again, you could see if I just subtract cotangent squared from both sides, that we end up with 1 equals to cosecant squared x minus cotangent squared x, which is exactly what we have up here. And then you can see that if we do the same thing, we can get cotangent squared by itself by subtracting 1 from both sides. So we get this equation here. All right. Now, you could probably guess, in fact, I might just leave that for you to do, but if dividing by sine squared gets me to this equation, how do you think we're going to get this Pythagorean identity? I'm guessing you said divide by cosine squared, and you're exactly right. So let's take a look at that. Divide both sides by cosine squared x. You can see here this becomes tangent squared, this becomes 1, and this becomes secant squared. And so that gives us this third identity, and then this identity we can rearrange to get these two. You see here they subtracted tan squared from both sides. And then here, to get tan squared by itself, they subtracted 1 from both sides. And that is the Pythagorean identities. Again, I would highlight mainly the fact that you need to know this, and then be able